Hey everyone, and welcome into this video. So they've just come out with the Amazon Games of Smilegate message from the team. There's a lot to go through here, so I'm just gonna like TLDR it and skim through it. If you want to read it, I'll link it in the description below. But essentially they say that it's already been a month, they can't believe it, they've been combating bots, preparing new content and much more behind the scenes. Appreciate the support, etc, etc. This is a joint statement between Amazon and Smilegate RPG, talking about stuff, right? And then it's a look behind the curtain about the progression, Argos, content roadmap, and skins coming out, which is awesome, right? So they say that it's been like a wonderful and humbling experience, etc. And to set the stage, we'd like to reiterate some thoughts on progression we shared earlier this month, that players had to stay in tier 1 and tier 2 for a considerable amount of time in the other regions, but for us we had tier 3 so we could push straight through with that. But as Gold River, the director, said that you should be progressing at your own speed. There's exploration, collectibles, quests, etc, as well as your vertical progression, but a lot of players are currently progressing through tier 1 and tier 2. Some of you are already in tier 3, ready to vanquish some of the end game stuff. And then they've said about the fact that, yes, we've got like the Night Fox Yoho, we've got Velganos Guardian raids, there's ghost ships and chaos dungeons, there's the field bosses, etc. So they're basically just saying that already from launch we have content at endgame, but then they want to put into context and talk about Argos, right? So we've seen the concerns that releasing Argos before a significant portion of the player base has progressed through tier 3 made Lost Ark feel pay to win. Now this I have noticed, this is huge. Huge right now. There is a load of people coming into my streams. I've seen it in other people's streams. Massive portion of the player base that are very frustrated and very angry, and I get it, because Argos has come out, and even people that are super hardcore, 400 plus hours in the game are kind of stuck at like 1340, 1350. If you get to 1360, like the honing chances are so low, and the amount of materials that we can get, because we are missing content. We're missing the heroic guardian raids, we're missing the abyss trials, we're missing the PvP vendor. To be able to get these materials to push up through, it's basically forced, you know, air quotes, some people to feel like they have to swipe in order to get to Argos to do it in week 1, because there is a lot of FOMO and stuff around, and people are frustrated because it's come out. And of course, if you're a hardcore player and you're pushing progression, you want to do it week 1. I understand that. We all understand that, I feel. So it sucks that it's come out, in my honest opinion, and people haven't been able to get there. If this was like 3 weeks down the line and people are pushing 500 plus hours, maybe 600 plus hours, right, and they've already got to like 1375, maybe like 1385, and then Argos comes out, that's great. If the majority of these like endgame players are already there, there's so much less frustration because you could do it straight away. And that's the way that I feel Lost Ark should be. And even with the Legion raid. So with saying all that, let's carry on reading because there's some really juicy stuff in here. So they talk about the fact they never wanted people to feel rushed to hit 1370, but this is the problem, right? Everybody does. They even considered having Argos available at launch, but viewed the Abyss raid as an important stepping stone, helping bridge the gap to endgame activities that have yet to be released in our version. We're looking at you, Legion raids, and through that lens, we wanted to give Argos a spotlight and special introduction, basically, into the game. So they just wanted to make it a big thing, but obviously it's caused loads of drama and upset, right? Then, get this, they apologize. We made a mistake, but I'm so glad that they've said this, because I feel like it's a mistake. If any of you guys have seen Asmongold's recent video, he talks about it. I've even seen that Syvo has like reacted to it, right? This is huge. The fact that they've said we've made a mistake releasing the March update too quickly after launch. So exactly what I was talking about a second ago. I feel like it's a mistake. A lot of people do feel like it's a mistake. Yes, there might be some of you that don't, but honestly, it's caused such an upset and such a lot of drama, which I really wish we didn't have. This game is glorious. So let's carry on, right? The data we analyzed alongside Smilegate from their previous launches projected that a larger portion of players would have reached the level required to challenge Argos. But this is the thing, right? We haven't had the other materials. We haven't been able to get them. So how are people supposed to have done that? You're right. There is so many people that have pushed so hard that are veterans and they still couldn't get there. So, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, because they've got this data, but people haven't been able to get there. So, in my opinion, the data's wrong. Unless you just got super lucky or you've been swiping, then there's like hardly any way to get there. It's really, really, really tough. So they say that we overlooked certain variables such as players spending more time on horizontal content. Well, I think even with this, I think even the fact that people haven't been doing that, the people that have been truly focusing hardcore style vertical progression still haven't got there. That's where the issue is, right? And the price of honing materials increasing due to bots and real money transactions, right? That's huge. I mean, the price of things are ridiculous. They are. These factors contributed to a scarcity of tier 3 honing materials. And then they just say that they're going to continue looking at stuff for the future roadmap. We appreciate patience, etc. from everybody. And then they say that after analyzing the data with the players' feedback, we believe that the update helps adventurers progress with the content currently in game is more important than releasing new endgame content. So they want to help us get there, and this basically sounds to me like they're going to delay Legion raids and let people catch up and get there so they don't feel like they have to swipe to be able to get there, which is, in my opinion, definitely the correct way to go about this. So this whole thing, for me, I'm so happy this has come through, because I was on the verge of making a ranty kind of video talking about the frustrations and stuff that the player base has right now and how people are really struggling with everything, but this is great to see that they've taken it on board, but taken it on board really quickly as well. So if we continue a little bit further, they're going to talk to us below about like honing, progression, and the pace that we feel comfortable with. Also about like endgame content, the rate of that will be coming into the game. And our goal is to provide fun for the players, even if it's at a higher level. We'll never be making players feel pressured that they need to pay to progress. So yeah, let's take out this frustration. Looks exactly like they're doing it. If we continue through to the next paragraph, you've got Amazon and Smilegate will continue to monitor, but feel that the Legion raids, the definitive Lost Start raiding experience, should be released after players have acquired enough materials to be confident and ready for the complicated challenges that await them. And this is huge. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for putting this in. So delaying Bolton so that people can catch up, be comfortable, maybe even overgeared for it, maybe even have an ult at that point as well by the time it comes out, so you can do it with 2 characters. That would be great, and people won't feel pressured then to swipe because you'll already be there. So I'm actually really happy with this, very happy with this. But don't worry, they've got more content coming soon, new classes, islands, and the continent of South Vern will be released as planned. So we've got more stuff coming. Now that we've discussed our approach to the progression and endgame content, let's move on to cosmetic skins and advanced classes. They basically say here that it's tricky for them to speed up the release of like new skins, and that they are actually looking to speed up our version. See here, our goal is to catch up, and then towards the end they basically say in the upcoming roadmap, we're working with Smilegate Studio this week, so hopefully we get some stuff there. They talk about like bots and honing, so another area of concern is around the honing. We know that for every triumphant yell the player succeeds at low percentage hone, there is another player, probably a lot of players, that have failed and getting really frustrated, so leaving them without enough materials to try again. As players focus on their first character, we've seen that there are lower numbers of alternate roster characters to help feed the main characters and the economy with high level honing materials. So basically you get your main to tier 3, but a lot of people have alts that are either still in tier 2 or even still in tier 1, right? And this is like a shortage of tier 3 progression materials coupled with the problems by the bots have made honing materials too expensive and a burden for players. To combat this, we will be supplying more progression materials for players to earn through fun in-game events, injecting more gold into the mid to end game and continuing our hard stance against bots. There we have it. So we've got an apology, we've got some information on like skins, and they're trying to make them come out quicker. They're also going to be giving us more materials, and they're delaying the Legion raids, and there's still more in here as well. So they basically talk about here with the bots are going to keep going on against bots, the injection of honing materials in next week's update. So it's really quick, right? Next week update, we will be providing additional Grand Prix honing rewards, introducing a new casual event, Guardian Raid, to supply players with more honing materials and kick off the first section of the competitive proving ground. So this is ranked PvP. So even more good news, even more good news. We're going to be getting more materials, right? We've got a new event, another event coming to get even more materials, casual friendly one. It's great, right? And PvP coming, so we should as well then have the PvP vendor to get even more materials. So yeah, this is it. We're getting what we want. Basically, we're going to be getting more materials. Let me know if you're against any of this. If anybody is, let me know if you're against this, if you think maybe this might make it too fast. I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this. For me, I think it's brilliant, and for the player base as a whole, I think this is quite a healthy change for the drama that's currently out there right now. So with this new event, the Guardian Raid one, in this event you can enjoy Guardian Raids in a more casual way, relax, play, and get honing rewards similar to the Grand Prix. You can enter this once per day per roster and earn event specific coins to spend on rewards at the new vendor. In this event, the scale of balances apply, so basically it's harmonized content. They basically talk about there's lots of different Guardian Raids here, and that anybody from item level of 250 can do this. So new event, new rewards, great. Moving on, we're adding Tailoring Books and the other books as a reward for people to be able to increase their honing rates. This is in the Grand Prix. So when you're honing, right, you've filled up the experience bar, you click on hone, and then you've got materials like Moon's Breath, Star's Breaths, things like that you can put in to increase your honing chance. That's on like the left hand side of the UI. And then on the right hand side, there's books that you can do, and these add like an extra 10% chance to being able to upgrade. So they're now adding those in as well. So more rewards, and that coming in is great. More chances and better chances for all you guys to upgrade. Fantastic. And then yeah, they've got PvP rewards, so new players eagerly awaiting the PvP action. Season 1 of Competitive Proving Grounds will be released in next week update. Be able to earn rewards including access to the weekly honing materials. So there it is, we definitely are going to be getting that as well. So that's another avenue of materials, so we're getting everything chucked at us, which is fantastic, apart from maybe like obviously Abyss Trials and the Heroic Guardian Raids. That's still to come. So then on top of all of that, right, we get a gift as well. So we know there's a lot to unpack above, and even with the context and the information, you may have some questions, concerns, etc. Essentially what they're doing is you'll receive these gifts on March 21st after our weekly update, and it will consist of a new animal skin selection chest, Mokoko pet selection chest, Mokoko board mount, a Lost Ark structure, appearance change tickets. We get peons, whatever you want to call them. It's about 132, bit of a random number, but I'll definitely take that. These are really good. So that's amazing. We get some tones, we get some legendary card packs, and we also get jukebox songs. So this is epic. Have a little look at this. And again, I'll link this down below. So yeah, and then it's like, yeah, thank you for joining us through. Loads of stuff there. I think this was very much needed for what has been going on. I'm very happy to see this. I'm ecstatic about the fact they've actually apologized for this as well, and I'm very eager to hear what you guys think, because I think these are some really good changes. So thanks for joining us today, guys. Remember, like the video, subscribe, comment as well, and if you want to catch me live, maybe talk about this as well, you can catch me live at twitch.tv/BentleyGamingTV. Also got the Discord link down below. And until the next one, guys, really appreciate you, and so happy about this, so happy. Hopefully this comes in very soon and makes a world of difference for lots of us, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.